Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel In All Seasons Homestead. Today I'm going to share with you a pantry grocery haul. I'm also going to be restocking the pantry and seeing what is needed. And we are expecting a snowstorm between 8 and 10 inches, I believe, or maybe it's 5 and 10 inches. I don't know if it's going to hit us, but I was in need of some groceries anyway, so I thought I would just share with you what we bought this week. Okay, I'm going to share with you what I got from what store and my totals. The first store I went to was Walmart, and I don't know how many of you shop at Walmart. I preferably do not like to use Walmart, but there are a few items that I do get there, and for convenience, I went to Walmart instead of going to Walmart and Aldi's. We have an Aldi's in our location, and that's my preferred store to go to, plus our country market. But since there's a few items that I needed from Walmart, I just went ahead and got everything on my list. Today is very, very cold, and I just wanted to get done. So one thing at Walmart, sometimes Aldi's has this, but my whole family loves these chips. We use them several times a week. Then I tried to stock up on a few pasta. I got this brand of penne and this brand. And then I also got some fettuccine, linguine, some more fettuccine, and I do make some of my own pasta, but this is more for time saving and convenience. And Walmart was very low on pasta today, so that's all that I got. And then we also eat quite a few of these Fideos. So I got 4 bags of Fideos. And then I'll do these items next because I keep leaning over them. I got some soy sauce, and this is a low sodium soy sauce. I think everyone in the family likes this brand the most, but I keep trying different soy sauces because I'm kind of always looking for something better. And then this is the brand of coffee that I get, the 8 o'clock original medium roast whole bean coffee. And I would really like to know in the comments below what kind of coffee that everyone likes to drink, and where do you get it and how much. For 2 pounds, I think it's like $14 or $15, the medium roast whole beans. And I have been on a coffee search. I know it can get pretty pricey, but my reasoning for coffee beans is I rather grind it myself, so I know what's in there. But still, I don't know how this brand is grown, but I do really like it. So always have to have coffee, especially before a winter storm hits. And I got this brand. I've never gotten this brand before, of olive oil. And olive oil is another thing that I keep trying to research about olive oil. And then I got some saltine crackers. And for the vegetables, I got a bag of spinach. And it was $1.54. I'm not really sure why. It looks just fine. I got several bunches of bananas. We go through a lot of bananas because I make banana bread or muffins, or the kids put peanut butter on their bananas. I got a head of cabbage, and I just got a small cabbage. I cannot wait to have my cabbage again in the garden. I do have some cabbage canned, but it's kind of limited for just to soup. This you can use, you know, for millions of recipes. But I got 1 small head of cabbage. I got a bag of avocados. I went ahead and got a bag of Fuji apples. We were headed to the country market after Walmart, and they usually have apples, but I went ahead and picked up a bag just in case they were out. We got some little mandarin oranges and some white-capped mushrooms. And then I picked up a sour cream and a queso fresco. And I've said many times before that I prefer to make my own queso fresco, but I will pick one of these up if I want queso fresco more than a couple times a week. Just because I don't want to make queso fresco every day. Then I got a couple of frozen concentrate orange juices and a Smucker's Natural Peanut Butter Creamy. And then from Walmart, some non-food items. I picked up some sandwich bags and napkins. I got a spray bottle because I couldn't find mine for my seedlings, my seeds that I started. And then I got some gallon stir sticks. And these were $1 or maybe 75 cents, but I got these for my daughter if she wanted to do like a DIY for her little garden that she has outside. She could put the name of her flowers and paint it and then stick it as a marker. Got some plastic wrap. And I got a calendar on sale for $3 because I'm kind of old school. I don't really use my phone. I like to write our appointments and things down, or when a baby goat is born, and just have it like right there hanging inside my door. Okay, my Walmart total was about $142. That was everything that I showed you from Walmart. That wasn't even like toilet paper, no meat. It was just what I showed you. We have our freezers full of beef and chicken that we raise. Sometimes I will buy certain pieces of meat. There's some pork steaks that I love to get. But yeah, that was my Walmart total. So for the country market that we go to, I did find the apples. And this is quite a nice sized bag. It says $1.49 a pound. But I don't remember how many apples. Is more than Walmart had. And then this is the maple syrup I got. It's a 1 quart for $16.99, and which is great because I tapped my trees this year, and while I was in town, I forgot to take my sap off of the wood stove, and so the sugar burnt. So you may see that in a later video. And then I got these little ham slices. I've never tried this before, but it was $1.99. And that way we can just have with eggs or on a sandwich. I got some black cocoa powder. I got some more baking powder, aluminum free. And then they had these graham crackers. It says made with real cinnamon. So what does that mean? Does that mean like other brands don't have real cinnamon? That's concerning. I got another bag of organic rolled oats. Nope, quick oats. Organic quick oats. And I did have a couple of bags, but we go through this quickly, so I went ahead and picked up another bag. Then my daughter was craving Honey Nut Cheerios, so she decided to grab this bag. And it was $8.89 for a 2-pound bag. We rarely buy cereal, so I was kind of shocked at how much that bag was. And then I got a dozen eggs just in case chickens don't want to lay this week, and if we get snowed in, at least I'll have some backup eggs. But they have been laying really well this past week. So then the other thing that we had to go to town for was some all-stock feed for the goats and the cows, and had to make sure that we had enough milk replacer for one of our baby goats. And so we went to Walmart, the country market, and then the feed store. And here in a little bit, oh, one more thing I got from the country market was a 50-pound bag of flour, and it's really heavy, so I left that downstairs. I'll show that to you later. And my total for the country market was about $76. And so later I'll take you down to the pantry and we'll restock together. Okay, right here is all of my empty jars. And one thing I'm very behind on this year is canning some more beans and chicken broth. I usually do those in January and February, and I have not yet done them yet. As far as chicken broth, it goes here in this section, and I have, it looks like 5 quarts left, and that is not much, so I really need to get on that. But this entire area was full of chicken broth, but like I said before, I use it and I can it and I use it and I can it pretty consistently. My tomato sauce is doing great. Looks like this one's empty, and I had 2 right here, pints, that's empty, and this one's empty. And I've used the front row of quarts, and I still have many more pints left, so I'm doing pretty good on tomato sauce. Salsa, I'm still doing great, but I'm not too worried about that if we run out. Green beans, it looks like I used the front into the middle row. And corn, I didn't can too much corn anyway. This pot actually does not go here. There's a few pints behind there, but I did freeze a lot of corn. Jalapenos and hot sauce and ketchup, that's all fine. Tomatillos, that's doing great. Down here, I still have probably altogether a bushel of sweet potatoes. And there's a few that I can get rid of and go through. My potatoes are definitely sprouting, but I'm not worried about it. These guys in here, I was using out of this box until recently. I know that a lot of people don't like doing this, but I just pop the eyes off and use the potato. But these are all the smaller ones, and now they're kind of getting into their mushy stage. I will use them as long as I need them. Some people do that, some people don't. But all these, I'm just going to save in here because it's pretty cold, and then I will plant these out in March. These guys are still doing okay, and then these have sprouted also. Still have a couple of pumpkins left. And I think my kids might have forgotten about the peaches and pear sauce, because usually that goes by quickly. So we probably need to start eating more of that for a snack. And I've used half of my canned cranberry sauce. I still have plenty of that. Down here is where I have the cranberry juice. And I have about half of the cranberry juice left. Here's the water glass eggs from March 20th of last year, and I've used a few, and it looks like one finally broke. So I need to go through those soon, because I usually, even though you can keep water glass eggs up to 2 years, I try to just keep them under a year. And then my lard, after I made a new batch of lard, this one's still full. It's 2 gallons. This one's the 3 gallon, and it looks like it's about halfway. And then I have several bags of the quick oats, but this is what I ordered a big gallon jar for, a couple of gallon jars, but they have not yet came. And then this is the section that store-bought food, and sometimes it fits perfectly here, but then, like I said, in case there's a snowstorm, it kind of overlaps to the floor because there's not really a permanent place for store-bought items. And then I recently moved my sugar from this big roller to a smaller one because a 50-pound bag actually fits in this one. And so I have the corn flour in here, salt in here, and I may put the sugar back in this one, but I think I'm going to use this for another kind of flour or something like that. Or I might even just use it just for a while to put beans and peppers in, just until my other jars come in the mail. Here I am just going to go through my sweet potatoes and see if there's any old ones or shriveled up ones. I harvested about 1.5 bushels, and I think I've used about 1/2 bushel so far. And there's just a few scrawny shriveled up ones. And then I also found a butternut squash that was hollow and old, so I got rid of that one. And I need to use those soon because it looks like they're almost at their end. So this bucket right here is now my sugar, and I'm going to use the larger one to put all my dried peppers in. I'm going to keep a variety in a bag, but use the one container and just put all my dried peppers in there. I have many varieties like pasilla, negro, I think I have mulatto, guajillo. So for now, since I have such an abundance, I think that they'll fit the best in this big rolling container, and then I can just go to the bag and get the peppers that I need for that day. I used to keep peppers in their individual containers, but then it's very limited space-wise when I buy them in bulk. So I just feel like that container works the best for me. And then upstairs in the kitchen, I have smaller containers just for a week's worth or so. And here I'm going to get all of my dried beans. And these beans are going to stay in the package. And I'm going to put in this empty rolling container for now because these beans are actually going to be canned. So there's no reason to pour them into jars. The beans I have in jars are more for fresh eating. Well, not exactly fresh eating, but used for dinner. And then I have many bags of these organic quick oats and rolled oats, and I do have a large gallon container for the rolled oats. And I ordered a couple of containers for my quick oats, but they have not yet come. So I'm just going to put my bags of oats on top of my beans, just so everything is in a container and not on the floor, and they're all safe and snug in there. And this is the large gallon click jar that I use for my rolled oats. It's very airtight, and I've had no problems with this jar. I really like these from Amazon. In the description down below, I'm going to try to link the jars and the containers that are on rollers. I will link those products that I like. Most of my jars I thrift. Pretty much all these jars right here that I'm touching are thrifted, except those white lids that go to the wide mouth mason jars. Those are also from Amazon, and I think you can find those at Walmart also. So here I'm just looking at my jars. I'm seeing what I need to restock and just organize them a little bit nicer. I'm pretty well stocked on most of my beans and peas and dried things. So now I'm going to just look at this bottom shelf where the store-bought products go and tidy up this area so maybe things will fit a little nicer and not be spilled over onto the floor. Another thing that I would like to know down in the comments is, what do you guys like to stock up on? What are your favorite things that is necessary for your family, your favorite meals or your favorite products for your pantry or your kitchen that you just can't live without? Just comment below, because every family is so different, and it's just out of curiosity. I think it's fun to know. One of my favorite things that I can't live without is coffee. So no matter what, I will stock up on 1 or 2 bags at a time of coffee. And here are some crackers. I have some crackers upstairs in the small pantry, but I just wanted to get a couple extra boxes. And right there above my head is our pink foam insulation. We have beadboard on one half of the room, and we haven't finished this side of the room, but we tried to insulate the whole pantry to keep it as cool as possible. And also the inside of our door has this same pink insulation foam. I'd like to make that look a little nicer, but I don't really have any ideas or put too much thought in the door. But at least the most important thing is to make sure the pantry is nice and cool. And everything fits on the top shelf. And I went through my herbs. I usually stock up on several cocos and baking powders, and I also forgot some more yeast. Use that for temporary storage. Okay, the last thing is a 50-pound bag of flour. This was part of my grocery haul, and it was from the country store, so I'm gonna get that poured in. Okay, everything is pretty well put away. I just swept the floor. I always make a mess when I'm pouring things into their containers. I forgot that I had this one that I thrifted, so now I have that jar. I'll probably use it for lentils. I usually don't do a deep clean until like spring and fall, or just when the pantry is at its lowest. I will go and wipe all the shelves off and the jars off, but by then there's not much left. There's where I keep some extra bags of chips for now, because like I said, that's usually all chicken broth. I thought about moving my potato sprouts behind the curtain. That's why I actually made that curtain, so the light won't affect the potatoes, but I really don't care right now, because I'm just going to plant them here within a month. And if you're wondering what's behind this curtain, it's just basically my maple tree tapping equipment and some egg cartons, a whole shelf of egg cartons. And I found another chicken broth. I believe this is all for this video, so I hope everyone stays safe this week. Let me know down in the comments if you're expecting a snowstorm or ice or some bad weather this week, and I pray that you all stay safe and that you have a pantry or a kitchen with your basic food needs. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.